Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video where I have a whole a pile, a plethora of new Dior products. I have one of the new foundation sticks, one of the new cream contour sticks, and I have two of the blush and colour duos. We've got highlighters, we've got contours, we've got bronzers, we've got blush, we've got foundation. Okay, almost an entire face of new Dior products. I'm going to be sharing all of my thoughts, all of the information, and a demonstration of all these hot off the press new Dior products. So if that sounds good to you, then keep watching. Okay, so this new whopper of a collection from Dior consists of a brand new foundation stick. This is the Dior Forever Skin Perfect Multi-Use Foundation Stick. It is available in 18 shades and will set you back £48 or $52 for 10 grams of product. This claims to offer 24-hour wear and hydration, a luminous matte finish with a medium coverage and a blurring effect, and is also waterproof. We then have the Dior Forever Skin Contour Stick. So this is a sculpting and bronzing face stick that offers, again, 24-hour wear and hydration, is easy to apply and blend for a natural looking sculpting or bronzing effect with a streak-free finish. This is available in 4 shades, 3 cool contour sculpting shades for different skin tones, and then 1 bronzing shade, which is the shade that I picked up, the shade Tan. This also claims to be heat resistant, so perfect little combo for the summer, for hot weather, for holiday, as far as the claims. And this is a cream to powder formula, so it sets down, should not budge, should not move around throughout the day, and is also supposed to be very lightweight. This will set you back £46 or $47 for 10 grams of product. So again, the same amount for the foundation and the contour or bronzing sticks. To give you a bit of a comparison for the amount, the face trace contour from Westman Atelier is 6 grams, so quite a bit more than that one. And then the Tom Ford foundation stick, which is my current favorite, is 15 grams. So more than this one, less than this one, somewhere in the middle. We then have the Rouge Blush Colour and Glow Duos. Now these are available in 6 shades and will set you back £48 or $50. 4 of the shades feature a blush and a highlighter, and then 2 of the shades feature a contour powder and a highlighter. Both products are powder. The blushes in each duo are matte, and then obviously the highlighter is a pearlescent finish. So the available shades in these duos are 257 Dior Riviera, that is a matte pink blush and a shimmering rosy gold highlighter. We then have 287 Diorama, which features a matte powdery pink blush and a shimmering lilac highlighter. 457 Diorette, a matte coral blush and a shimmering peachy gold highlighter. And then we have 757 Wild Dior, which is a matte plum blush and a shimmering gold highlighter. And then the contour and glow shades are 100 Diorissimo, which is a matte taupe contour and a gold highlighter for very light to light skin, and then 200 Diorama, which is a matte brown contour and a bronze highlighter for medium to dark skin. So we have some issues here. So I picked up the shade Diorette as far as my blush. I had seen a few reviews so far and I was kind of interested in other duos and I didn't really know where to go, and then I saw some reviews and some swatches, and it appears that the swatches and the shades on the skin are actually much lighter and less pigmented than they look in the pan. So I thought this may be too deep for me, but actually it's just right. And some of the shades that I thought would be better would have been too light. Those shades descriptions there of the contour and highlighter duos do tell you that the lighter shade, which would have been the one that I purchased if I hadn't seen some reviews first, is going to be too light for me. It's for very light to light skin. I have more of a medium skin tone, and in summer even medium towards tan. So that description is telling me I need this one. It looks so deep And I thought, no way is that going to work for me, but actually it's much lighter on the skin and much softer than I think it looks in the pan. So that is something to be aware of. So let's have a close-up look at the packaging and some swatches so you guys can really get to grips as to whether or not these products might work for your skin tone and which you might be leaning towards. So I picked up one shade of the foundation stick, 3N. I was kind of torn between 3 and 3.5N, but 3N was absolutely perfect. Nice, neutral and natural undertone. I went for the 02 tan shade of the contour stick because I don't contour very often and I do bronze. So I felt like that warmer, more bronzy shade would get more use in my home. And while it is warm and a bronzing shade, it still looks super duper natural, not too warm, not overly warm, and leaning a bit more neutral. So I was very happy for that. For my blush, I chose the shade Diorette. This is just so pretty, right up my street with that gorgeous coral blush. And the peachy leaning highlighter. Those are typically my preferences when it comes to those two products. And then finally that deeper contour, the shade Diorama. Absolutely gorgeous, that matte brown contour, and then a bronze highlighter. Absolutely beautiful and much softer and less rich than it looks as though it would be in the pan. Okay, so let's jump into the demo so you can see all of these new products in action on the skin. Okay, so going in with the foundation stick first, it has a twist up, but it also sort of clicks into place to show you, you know, you only need the one click so that you don't break it or like snap it off. That would be a tragedy. Okay, so I'm just going to start a couple of swipes on this side, two little stripes. You can see the shade match, lighter than my face, but really good against my body. That's a really nice little neutral shade, not running warm or cool, a nice classic neutral. It's got almost a sort of grassy scent, you know, dew filled grass is exactly what the fragrance is giving me. It doesn't smell like perfume. It smells like I'm walking through dewy grass in the forest, okay? Picture it. I don't know why, but do it. Let's all do it together. Tweeting birds, crunching leaves under your toesies. What a time to be alive. What is that? What have I done to myself? I just don't know. Clumsy oaf. So this is a pretty small amount of product, pretty thin layer, and I've used my Rephr B04 and that has blended out like a dream. There's no like dragging, it's very smooth to apply straight to the skin, gliding across the skin, and it's pretty much, I'd say this is, are we a sort of light to medium coverage here? I'm seeing some redness still trying to peek through. Cheeky, I see you. Get away from here. Get out of here. Get out of town. It definitely has that sort of cream to powder drying down feel about it. Like it feels like it's setting down. It feels like it's been set with powder. It looks it as well. I feel like this is very smooth, isn't it? Very smooth. Where has all my texture gone to? We don't know. I'm also gonna just give one of these a go just to see how I like doing that. I think this is going to be a bit easier. I just find sticks easier with a brush because I feel like it's a lot of elbow grease to sort of swipe it on, and then you've got to really put some effort in, and it's Monday. Okay, so I don't have that level of effort in me. A brush, I just think is going to dispense it, move it about the place quicker and easier. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. Okay, well, that is flawless. Very smooth and blurring, I find. Application, super duper easy. Redness, don't know her. This side knows her. This side has forgotten she exists. Flawless, a solid medium coverage with minimal product and building up. I don't really love a stick. You guys know this, I've said this before. I don't love it. I just prefer a liquid. I'm an old dog, some people have told me. And I can't be taught new tricks is the problem. I'm accustomed to my way, I'm stuck in my ways. And trying to tell me that foundation comes in stick form and not in a liquid, I won't listen. Unless I'm traveling, in which case I do suddenly appreciate a stick and its travelability, its portability. So that's the only time really I use foundation sticks, and my favorite is the Tom Ford. That one has a bit of a glow, you get a lot of product. I'm so sorry if you can hear my tummy growling at any time throughout this video, but I'm so stupid. I refuse to go and eat my lunch when the makeup has arrived. I want to do this first, and it's like nearly 2 o'clock and she's not eaten her lunch yet. I'm so sorry. So sorry, tummy. I'll make it up to you with a cake as soon as I can. Again, that was very quick, very easy, and we've ended up with a flawless, buttery, some would say, Lurpak looking face. I don't know if that's good or not, but we're going with it. We've said it now. It's looking fabulous around the nose, between the brows, the muzzle zone. It's looking very flattering, very smoothing. Currently at this exact precise moment, it doesn't look super duper matte. It's a very natural finish. There's some luminosity poking through, but it's not dewy or glowy as such. We'll see if it sort of dries and sets down, maybe the finish might slightly change. So let's leave it to it, let it do its thing. I'm just going to go in with some Haus Labs concealer. So I'm just setting my usual concealer areas under the eyes, nose, a little bit between the brows, moustache, chin, trying to keep it away from anywhere I might be about to go in with a cream because I don't want to make my life any more hard. The sticks do also twist back down really satisfyingly with a lovely little clunk and a thunk, and then you get the click at the end. I love it. We love to see it. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off my Rephr brush, and as is just typical of me, I'm going to use that same brush with the contour stick because it just helps me. I'm an idiot, okay? I can't do anything right, and especially not when it comes to cream products. So having that sort of foundation brush and then using that same brush to blend into the foundation, it just really helps me. It helps me out. Okay, so I did go for the more bronzing color, which is the shade Tan. So there are 3 more cooler, more typically classically cool contoury shades for different skin tones, and then there is one sort of universal shade, or it's not universal, that's a lie, that doesn't exist. I've lied to you, and I literally just told you I would never, so I'm so sorry about it. I can only apologise. But there is one sort of more bronzing shade. I went for the bronzing because I just never really contour. I bronze every day. No one can stop me. But contour I don't do very often, so I thought this would just be more use. It would get more use out of me if I got the bronzing stick. However, there is a sort of sculpting powder in one of the blush colouring glows. So I'm going to use this on one side, and then we're going to use the powder on the other because I want you to see the colour on the skin as well as possible. So I'm just gonna boop. I'm gonna go easy as I possibly can, and that's not very easy usually because I don't know how pigmented this is going to be, how easy it's going to blend. It's gone. Well, there you go. So I went very lightly because I just was a bit scared. Is it going to be crazy pigmented? Am I going to end up bronzing my entire face? I wasn't sure, so there you have it. It blends incredibly well. It's almost blended away. some would say. So I am going to do a little bit more. It's not, you know, as bronzer goes, orange. It's not orangey. It's a lovely natural bronzer. And I'm going to just push this into the skin rather than really blending it, because it's very blendable. It's blending itself, for crying out loud. Very nice, very easy to blend, very natural. Wow, Dior, really coming for our necks over here. Okay, so that took about 5 seconds, even for the cream idiot that I am. And she's blended, isn't she? I mean, you guys will tell me if she isn't. But then obviously it will be too late, because I'll have left the house looking ridiculous. Remember, this is melasma, not any product's fault. It's the sun's fault, if anything. If we should blame anyone, that's who we should blame. But this looks seamless to me and super beautiful. I can't see, it's done nothing to the foundation underneath. I don't see anything picking up. Again, remember, I do have this annoying bit of like natural, therefore, it's my natural contour, I should be grateful. But I'm not, because it looks like a bruise, and then everyone tells me I can't do makeup. And I can't, but that's not what that is, okay? That is a separate thing. This time, it's not my fault. It's just there on my face. The bronzer looks gorgeous, seamless, some would say, and I'd be one of them. Very smooth, very natural. It's melted. It's like butter on a hot pan into the skin. I'm really excited about it. I think you can probably tell. So I'm going to use this absolutely unbelievably clever brush. This is Alexandra and Anele's new brush with Rephr, which I think comes out today. If I get this video up today, which I don't know if I will, today, otherwise yesterday. Okay, either way, it should be available around now, and it's amazing. It's perfect if you're scared of over applying, if you have a heavy hand. So it's made for me. This looks terrifying, I know, but I've already swatched it and it's not terrifying as much as you might imagine. So I'm going to go lightly and with caution initially, just because I am still slightly scared. I'm not that brave. It looks so deep, but it is in fact pretty natural, which is not, it's good for me, but it's not great if you actually wanted something as deep as this, because it isn't. So there you can see, I'm not being especially light-handed. I think you can obviously use this if you have a more of a tan skin tone, but it's not going to work on super deep skin, I don't think. Not if it's working this easily for me. So I'm trying to keep that more in a contour zone. And you can see how natural that is. So I have seen a few of my friends who are around my skin tone or even fairer than me using the lighter shade, and it's barely visible. It's very, very subtle. If you have a medium skin tone, I think you're going to be better off with this one, and just perhaps going slightly light-handedly, but you know, I don't have a light hand at all. I have the heaviest hand known to man, and I'm not struggling. I have this fantastic brush, but that was very easy to keep it light and natural and where I wanted it to go. So we have the cream stick and then the contour on this side. I'm just going to use a little bit of that down the nose, and this brush is so clever. You can use it for so many things. Nose contour, bronzer, highlight, blush. It works with creams and powders. Are you joking? I'm not, I'm deadly serious. So again, we have two highlighters to try today. The one from this palette, and then there's a highlighter in my blush palette as well. So we're going on this side with the highlighter. I believe that the highlighter in this duo is a little more intense than the highlighter in the blush palette. It looked that way from the swatches, but we'll see what the truth is in a moment. So I mean, this is beautiful, perfect for my skin tone, has melted in beautifully, right up my street when it comes to a highlighter. It's smooth, luminous, not glittery, not chunky, it's not adding texture, it's not too metallic, very flattering. That's gorgeous. It's slightly, as I turn my face forwards, there's a slight cast, but if I go in with a little bit of that buffing brush from Sonia G, it will melt really nicely and be more flattering from the front. So I think we needed a third one of these palettes, is what I'm saying to you. I think we should have gone light, medium, deep instead of two, because the lighter one is too light. The bronzer is not going, or the contour is not going to sculpt me. It's invisible on my skin tone, or it will be. And then the highlight in here is perhaps slightly too dark for me. So we needed more options, Dior, is what I'm saying. Okay, so now we're moving over to the blush palette, and this highlighter I'm excited about. Let's go in on this side. Oh, that is definitely a better colour for me, I think, this highlight. That's melting into my skin tone a bit better, a bit more invisibly, and I definitely think this is a smoother, slightly more subtle highlight. I think this one is a bit more beaming. This side is definitely a bit more subtle, I think. So that's beautiful, really gorgeous. Both of these highlighters are stunning, right up my street, very mature skin friendly. And let's go into this gorgeous blush. So I have my Sonia G Detail brush, and I'm not scared of this blush because although it does look deep and bright from the swatches, I know it is a lot more subtle and buildable. So I mean, you can get some colour for sure, especially if you're building it up. I mean, that was a very small amount that I went in with there, and we've got some colour. Definitely the blushes can be quite versatile as far as skin tones that they will work for. The blush is super pretty. So remember, on this side we have the cream bronzer stick, as well as this combo, the blush and highlighter from the Diorette duo. And then on this side we have the Sculpt and Glow, the deeper shade, which is called Diorama, and no bronzer stick. Do you have a favourite side? Oh, also the blush is also on this side, both sides blush, both sides. It's gorgeous. This foundation is looking stunning. I'd say it's dried down now. It's probably been, you know, it's been, what has it been, about 15 minutes, I believe, since I first applied the foundation. And so I'd say that this is probably dried down now, and it's looking so beautiful and smooth, quite natural, not glowy, but certainly not like flat matte either. Got a nice natural finish. Beautiful. It's so flattering around here. It's not in my smile lines. My forehead looks fantastic. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's discuss everything that we saw today. First up, the foundation stick. It's flawless. It feels so lightweight. I don't feel like I've got anything on my face right now. My skin feels hydrated. It feels super light, very, very comfortable. I think it looks flawless. It was so easy to apply, so easy to use, quick to get everything covered and my skin tone evened up, and it is very, very smoothing and blurring. I really agree with that claim. Very flattering on textured areas, lines, pores, all of that good stuff. Really, really flawless, really nice amount of coverage that you didn't have to work a lot to get to, and it's got a gorgeous natural finish. Matte, the word was thrown about in there, luminous matte, but still matte nonetheless. And I think this is much more natural than that. Really has a beautiful amount of luminosity. I used my Tom Ford Soft Matte Primer today, so there's nothing underneath that's helping there be a bit of life and luminosity to the skin. I think it's gorgeous, and the packaging is stunning. You could put this in your handbag and, you know, it would look like a travel atomizer. It's so beautiful. It feels and looks luxurious. I love the detail on the cap. I can't really show it to you because my camera hates mirrors, but it's gorgeous. All of the little touches, the logo, I think it's beautiful. I think it has a really nice price point for the amount of product that you get, and you really don't need to use a lot, so it will last a very long time. As far as the wear, I will keep trying this. I'm not doing much today, and this order didn't arrive until almost 3 o'clock. So there aren't enough hours left in the day to really give it a proper wear test. So I'm going to keep using this over the next couple of weeks so we can really see how it wears on different days in warmer weather when I've got a busier, longer day. And I will of course update you in my August roundup on how I'm getting along with it a few weeks in. And that will be the case for all of these products. It is now August, so they won't be in my July roundup. They'll be in my August roundup when I've had a good try of them over a few weeks. So when it comes to the contour slash bronzing stick, this was so easy to use. They can be really intimidating, especially if, like me, you're a cream hater and a stick hater. A nightmare duo. So I wasn't really sure how I would feel about it. Again, the packaging is stunning. I like that they are slightly different. So the foundation is shiny and then the contour is matte. I love that. All black component, again, very chic, very luxurious, very easy to use, a large amount of product, and it's so easy to blend. It blended itself. It almost, because I went quite light initially, it almost blended away. But with a bit of building and a bit of a more confident hand the second time, it was just the perfect natural melting into the skin amount of pigment. Really no effort to blend. Gorgeous, seamless on the skin. Again, I will update you on wear once I've given these a really good test. But I was really impressed by both of those products. I have high hopes that I could become a stick person. Well, I don't want to become a stick person. That sounds painful, but you know what I mean. So when it comes to these duos, this highlighter in here is stunning. It's so natural. These powders feel strange to me. They feel quite rough. When you swirl your finger across them, they feel quite rough, which I wasn't expecting. And they are very light on the pigment, which again is not a bad thing when you're talking about cheek products. That was 2 swipes, I built that up. Very soft and natural. You can use, you know, a more intense brush to pick up more product, but I quite like the ability to build rather than blend and have a problem. I prefer to build up. It's very natural, so pretty and flattering on the skin, and I love this highlighter. It's just perfect for what I look for. I love the tone of it, and it is really nice and smooth and subtle and luminous as opposed to being this really intense metallic highlighter. I love the embossing, and the packaging is lovely as always with Dior. I love that they didn't bother putting a stupid little brush in here that we don't want. They gave us more product for our money. And there's a lot of product in here as well. 8 grams of product. That is, you know, 2 full-size products essentially. So I really like that. The texture, the buildability, the color was absolutely spot on. When it comes to this little number, we needed more, okay? If this is the deepest shade, it looks really deep, but then the reality when used on the skin is not quite how it looks. And do you see how much lighter it actually is on the skin? That was the sort of heavy swirl in there. So I feel like if you have a deeper skin tone and you see this and you think that's going to be beautiful on my skin tone, I feel like for a lot of people it's going to be too light if you're hoping for it to work for a deeper skin tone. Let me know in the comment section down below. You can absolutely build it. So let me know. It might be much more versatile than it looks. I was just really surprised that it worked for me because it looks like it's going to be way too deep for my skin tone, but then the highlighter looks correct. So I think we needed more, certainly of the contour highlighters. We needed a middle. You know, maybe the highlighter is a little too deep for me and then the contour is fine in this one. I think in the other one, the contour is too light. Possibly the highlighter is too light as well. So yes, there are some issues with the offering as far as inclusivity here. With only 2, I feel like we were always going to have some problems. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the availability of these products. Nothing, as far as I can see on the Dior website, says limited edition. It just says new. And I can't see anywhere any of these products that have the limited edition badge on them on the UK Dior site. So if you are aware whether these are confirmed, permanent, or confirmed limited edition, please let us know. I don't see anything limited edition. I don't know why these stick products would be limited, you know, a foundation and a bronzing stick. I feel like these are great additions to the permanent line. These sort of blush and highlight and contour and highlight duos typically are limited edition, but they don't say anywhere that they are. So I'm really hoping these are permanent so that we can wait for reviews and swatches and make those informed decisions before we spend money if a product isn't going to work for us or our skin tone. But the formulas of all of these products were amazing. I love all of it. There were some slight issues with choosing which colours I was going to go for, but with the products I've got, I'm really happy with everything. I think all of the products work beautifully, and I love how my makeup turned out today. As I said, I will keep trying all of these products for the next few weeks and give you my more comprehensive thoughts over a longer period of time, testing and trying and wearing them throughout August, and I'll let you know my longer term thoughts in my August roundup. I'm going to be giving these a run for their money. You can't tell me it's waterproof and 24-hour wearing and not expect me to give that a go. Okay, not the 24-hour thing, but maybe 12. We'll meet in the middle. But please let me know if you've tried these products, how you got along with them. If you have a deeper skin tone, did the deeper contour and highlighter palette work for you? Could you use both the products in there? Were they buildable enough? Please let us know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.